To After Party. We are going to do a track straight out the gate to get into this lovely sunny mood. Hello, everybody. Welcome to After Party. Now, my guest here, could you introduce yourself, please?
Hi, I'm Katrien.
Hello, Katrien. Nice to meet you. Why don't you tell us about that song that we just played?
We just listened to Alan Aline and Apparat Collapse from 2006 called Way Out. From an album Orchestra of Bubbles, and I went berserk on this album. Each time I went to Berlin, I came home with new 12 inches related to this album.
Oh,
yeah,
the best thing to come home from a trip with, and the worst thing to travel with.
No,
in terms of fragility.
No, actually, I can travel very well with vinyl. I found a way to do it.
Well, actually, I'm going to write that down because we're going to come back to that because that's some pro tips. Yeah, we're doing it live. Okay, amazing. So, for those of you who don't know, this is my little podcast. It's called After Party, and it is where I interview wonderful guests who are ravers over 40, and I ask them how and why they have committed to a life of hedonism. I get all the tips and tricks, all of the good decisions, all of the bad decisions. But I'm particularly excited for this episode and the episode with Katrien because we're going to be music nerding out with established time limits. We're going to try and make it all work, but it's probably going to be a two-parter that will be continued next year. So, we wanted to start with Way Out. It makes sense to me. I love that song. I'm unfamiliar, like, deeply with both artists. I know tracks, but I don't know discographies. And I'm really happy that that was the first song that we played because it also is very emotional, and I would say that is the most, of the tracks that you picked, it is the most electronically accessible. It's very, I mean, you've got live instruments, you've got a breakbeat, you've got live vocals, and that makes sense for a little bit to me how you ended up on the dance floor, because you don't come from teenage raves, you come from the metalhead world originally.
Actually, even from like hardcore and punk.
There we go.
Yeah, I was. I kind of grew up listening to, well, first of all, commercial songs. And when I made a radio switch, I kind of ended up listening to US indie, punk, hardcore. I went through all the 1970s punk records. And I was happy to find out that I was born in the same year as Damn Rose New Rose from the Damned. And
you can calculate age with that information. There you go.
Yeah. And I don't know, from punk I went into gothic, and then from gothic I went into... I'm just kind of traveling through genres all my life, and I discover a genre, I start listening to it, then I'm like done with that, and then I move on. Mm-hmm. And then I hit 2006, I hit this song. And I think I already came from kind of a pop electronic moment. You had this kind of wave happening in Germany with the No Twist and Lalipuna, Barbara Morgenstern. That person made me learn German. And
wow.
And I had this thing like, oh, I want to move to Berlin. This seems so exciting. So I started to learn German. I listened to lots of German sounds. And this one just became like a personal anthem for years.
Yeah, it definitely hit that chord with me too. It's just, wow, I can understand. It's very emotional. Mm-hmm. Yeah, which is something that I think we've just agreed also, and I think a lot of other people agree, is really missing on a lot of dance floors now. So yeah, it's always nice to see names that I know and to be able to just go back and be like, oh, there's stuff I didn't check from someone I didn't know already. Okay, let's check where we are now. Yeah, so I remember when we were talking before this, you mentioned having a specific connection with a band called ISIS.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I will preface by saying I'm very sorry, I regret it, but I missed the punk to metal transition. I got into the rave then, so I have so little information on all that is metal and... what's the I think metal is how to describe it. So please.
Yeah. I think they actually would prefer post-metal. I think they have also the background in hardcore and metal. So you have this meticulously mathematic kind of guitar playing. You have the drones, you have the grunts, you have that power kind of thing. And I think I've seen that band like 7 years in like a 3 time periods, because they were linked to a record label in Antwerp called Conspiracy Records. Mm-hmm. And
still around?
No, they stopped like many years ago.
Okay, moment of silence.
And they always brought ISIS to Antwerp, or yeah, it was mainly Antwerp, because I used to go out in Antwerp all the time. And I don't know, that was the first time that I really felt a sound connecting to my entire body. Like I could just listen and just go disappear in the flow of the sounds and the music, and
a way out, you could say.
Exactly. And I stayed in that genre quite a while. So you had ISIS, you had Wolves in the Throne Room, you had but many more I forgot the names of. And like one of the contemporary bands who still do this kind of thing to me are Big Brave.
Big Brave.
Big Brave.
Okay.
Yeah, they're Canadian.
Okay. I will definitely check out.
Yeah.
Okay, noted. Big Brave.
And they are kind of developing their own kind of a black metal drone thing.
Okay.
But yeah, apart from that, I don't listen to that much guitar-driven music anymore.
Yeah, I understand. I really understand. Yeah. This again is why I'm so grateful for that track, for you sharing with me that track, which I am so excited to play starting today, because it's the mixture of live and electronic. You know, it's that organic machine vibe. You know. But yes, in case you didn't catch it already, Katrien is a professional music curator, I would say. You are someone who's your taste is part of your job. Especially for your job with Gonzo Circus, you dropped a really casual, just a casual life fact of having estimated that you've listened to about 1,500 full albums.
Last year.
Last year?
Yeah.
Last year. Okay.
Last year.
I missed that part. Okay, yeah. So do you want to talk a little bit about how that's possible humanly? Just curious, really curious. You've obviously got a system.
I have absolutely no system. I just...
Incredible.
Pure
vibes.
Yeah. I just wake up and basically lately in the mornings, I'm either listening to NTS Breakfast Show or it's either quiet. And it's mostly when I start working on my computer that I start listening to music. Mm-hmm. And sometimes all I do is just basically 8 hours long, just listen to music and nothing else. Mostly I'm doing lots of other stuff. And I even once in a job interview said, I built my life, my working life around listening to music. So I will do your job, but I'm going to listen to my music while doing it.
I know personally a lot of people who will relate immediately to that, including myself. It's so strange when you say stuff like that I need to remind myself that not everybody does that, as I said before. But I think beyond just listening to the music, the thing that really strikes me is that you're processing the music. You are doing this at the same time. It's not just background noise. You're actually hearing what you're listening to. So you are able to just mentally absorb 8 hours of music while doing other stuff. Mm-hmm. I think your plan has worked. I'm so amazed. That's so cool. My God, how do you mentally classify this amount of music input?
How do I mentally classify?
Or physically classify, I suppose, would also help a lot. Yeah, is that all stored? Can you pull up those albums mentally?
No, most of them not. Most of them just kind of listen to them and then disappear. Sometimes they just pop up a few years later. Yeah. Or I hear a song when I go to a record shop or to a bar, oh, I know this song, I heard it. Gosh, who is this again? And then you lost me. Then I'm in my head for hours thinking, trying to find that track again in my cabinet. It doesn't work, the cabinets, but I'm trying anyways. Yeah. And when I do, then I just start smiling. I'm like, yes.
I mean, there is no better feeling than when you find it, exactly. When you find the track. Yeah. But again, that's also something that I do. We're just, we devour music. I just want to, it tastes so good in my ears.
Yeah.
And I can have as much as I can put in. So but I really have to up my numbers. I got to listen to more. But something that I wanted to add also that we talked about briefly before was just, the balance of musical input and musical output when you have the pressure of being a DJ to perform and to have new music and to always be digging. Sometimes it doesn't go in and you don't get enough input music, and you don't stay in the moment of actually feeling inspired, and it's such a balance. So don't forget to listen to other people's music and listen to other people's music outside, possibly live. if you can. Speaking of live music, I would also really like to know a lot about the next step, which was when you hopped from metal and landed yourself into the gabber scene. And you mentioned also, and then eventually to techno. And you mentioned that you had a guide for this. You had somebody who really took you by the scruff of the neck and said, "This is how we do it. This is what you listen to."
Yeah, so basically, because I also kind of when I was 25, I started writing and photographing for Gonzo Circus, which is a Dutch Flemish music magazine. Of course, you're surrounded by nerds, and they're at editorial meetings. All we would talk about is just music. Afterwards, when you go have a beer, it's music, and we all had our field of expertise. And me, I was just moving, I like this field, I like this and this and this. So you get introduced to people like Diamanda Galas, but you also get introduced to way other stuff. And there was this one person who found out when I was moving from minimal techno more to dub techno. He was like, "Oh, here, you have to listen to Underground Resistance." And then he sent me the entire back catalog of Underground Resistance. And I still did not listen to it entirely because it's too much.
You can bring a horse to water, but you can't make it drink.
And but then sometimes I also took it upon myself, let's just write something on Drexciya. I have no idea who they are, but let's write something on Drexciya.
Yeah, that's a wormhole. Literally, quite literally. Yeah, wow.
Isn't that the title of one of the albums, Wormhole?
Probably, yeah. I mentally, I cannot remember the album names, but the one that the aesthetic that I associate most with Drexciya is Deep Sea. And it's really like, I miss albums, you know? Albums, like live albums. We need more albums, guys.
Yeah.
Sorry.
No. And I think also at the same time, I also got to know someone else. I strangely do get contacted by people sometimes, like, "Hey, I saw you here and there. Do you want to go for a drink, or do you want to do this and this?" And this person contacted me on Twitter. Like, "Oh, I see you. You like this and this kind of music," and we just kind of started connecting on music, and all we do, and this has been going for 15 years now, is exchanging music all the time.
Wow. 15 years?
Yeah.
Across the various platforms that have been in our lives.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
What platform did that start on? Just speaking back and forth to one another?
No, this was Twitter.
Oh, Twitter. Okay. So
it started on Twitter.
Sorry. Not before computers. I'm so sorry.
No.
We're not that old.
And so now we continue on Instagram and Facebook.
And the relationship is really just based on that.
Our relationship is just music.
That is so sacred.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he kind of introduced me to the history of techno.
Okay.
He was like, "You have to listen to this, and this."
This was your guide.
This was my guide.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. And so you ended up, and you had a wonderful guide.
Absolutely.
Really dropping some. I mean, Underground Resistance discography is like, here's the pot of gold. You can look at the rainbow after. Like, it's wow, that's amazing. I think I probably had something similar in my life, but not quite that curated. Yeah, I had to dig to find that stuff. Damn. And so how did you end up in Gabber from that? Or was Gabber a precursor to this?
I think, given my age, I kind of was around when Gabber was around.
Yeah, that was like the dominant rave culture in the Netherlands at the time. Yes, of course, yeah.
And I think I just picked up on Gabber maybe just through radio more or through TV.
Yeah.
And I think musically, at the time when I heard it, I didn't connect to it.
Yeah.
Because
it's a bit confronting.
Well, and I was also back then...
And very masculine as well.
Yeah, and I was also kind of a purist. I was guitars, nothing but guitars. And the only real music is guitar music. And I don't believe that anymore, but I was
Where
that
have I heard that before?
I think old people my age will tell that.
Unfortunately, not just old people and not just guitars. Yeah, no. Yeah, I wish a quiet and painless death to purism. But yeah, I get you. It's certainly not. It's live, but very different live. It's like, and it's intense. Yeah. Okay, nice. So how did you? Was it through your guide that you ended up at Paula Temple?
No.
No, Paula Temple was you continuing
Yeah,
your
I
own
mean,
journey.
I do a lot of own digging. Of course, I don't trust my guide. I mean, my guides, they're nice. They guide me. But
Real talk.
I guide myself as well, you know.
Real talk.
I just start browsing the internet and I open 50 tabs and then somewhere there is... And I just... Back in, you know, when I was a kid, I used to read encyclopedia and then it would say, see also. So I would go, see also. And that's basically what I do when I dig music. It's listen if you like. Okay, listen if I like. Oh, I don't know that one. And then I don't know if Paula Temple came through a PR agency that sent me tracks or if I discovered her myself. I also don't remember how I got into her. I do know I did see her play a hybrid set once live, and that was really amazing.
Yeah.
And I was once playing a B2B in Amsterdam with the guy who introduced me to Underground Resistance. And the closing track was Gegen from Paula Temple.
And he was like, devil.
Yeah, and I picked that track, and he was like, "Oh, you're secretly a rave hat."
Oh, but yeah, and then we will have to come back to the other track that we discovered.
Yeah.
Actually, I think perhaps it'll be a bit too much for a phone speaker. But before we do, because we're going to play Paula Temple, Gegen by Paula Temple. But first, we must do a little shout out to
T99. That one?
Yeah, but you can. You know what? Let's do it. If you got it on the phone, let's go, because we discovered this pre interview, and this you said was really for you a track that was almost like a seed planted in your young mind. When did you first hear this track?
So this track was released in 1991. It became super popular, and I heard it like on a Saturday, 12 o'clock, 1 o'clock in the afternoon on the radio top 30. It was a very big success. And we are now talking the New Beat area. I was 11 at that time, and I had absolutely no idea what I heard. And I didn't know if I liked it or did not like it, but each time it was on the radio, I was like, oh, there is T99. And somehow it kind of stayed with me all my life. I'm so glad that you returned to it enough to find out what it was called. But...
We'll just skip the ads. We have ads. It's important. It's okay. We take a breather. Hope everyone's doing well. Enjoying the sunny... What day are we? Let's go. Okay. Are we feeling the vibes? I feel it's appropriate to listen on a phone. It's almost like a children's song. Like a nursery rhyme with techno. Fabulous. So that was, can you remind me of who's the artist and who's the name? It's T99.
Yeah.
Anastasia, 1991. 2 years before I was born. That's okay. And we are going to transition into a lovely, lovely, soft summer afternoon. Really just down tempo, minimal, really, really chill stuff. I'm super sorry to the 2 or 3 people in the bar right now, because this is going to be some heavy techno, but we're gonna have it in there. It's part of the story. I'm starting with the sub off. We're gonna transition into it. Thank you, everybody, for going on that little journey with us. We are doing some heavy sound exposure therapy, and honestly, I vibe with it. That was nice. I was able to hold a steady thought for a moment with that background. So thank you. Would you like to do it? We've already talked about it, but do you want to do a little bit of lore or dig on just Paula Temple and that track specifically? Any info you want to share?
True. So while we were listening to the track, I was on my phone checking info about her record label because I wanted to get my facts right. And I mean, I do trust my brain and my memory, but sometimes just need to double check. So she has a record label called Noise Manifesto. And when she launched this in 2015, she was already emphasizing female producers. And she was already fighting capitalism in the techno scene. And
materialistically also, materially also, like really like not just performative representation. Yeah.
Yeah. And so she went back and forth to being a music producer and being anonymous. And she also used to be a music teacher. You
know who else used to be a teacher?
No.
Peaches.
Oh, yeah, true. That's why she sings about teaching on the first song.
Yeah, the Teachers of Peaches. She used to be a kindergarten teacher in Canada. Yeah, sorry. Also very on topic for the thing of being an old raver. Peaches is 59 and still showing the kids what's up. That's amazing.
Yeah.
But yes, please, more on Paula Temple.
Well, I don't know if I can say more, but...
or the track specifically for you.
This track, the Gegen track.
Yeah.
I think this is kind of like where two words for me come together. There is the big, I'm going to say boiler room, techno, rave sound. And like you heard in the break, there's that more experimental bit. And this is also what she does in all her outputs. I mean, there's not that much, but this is what she does. And also on her Noise Manifesto label, she really works with people that are not afraid to experiment. And
a tastemaker.
Absolutely. And
a curator.
Yeah, and I just love that even also for her, music is not just about producing a track and here you go, you can now just go 5 minutes on this almost tool techno-like stuff, but that she puts stuff in there that you're never gonna hear in anything you're gonna listen to in Berlin. And
that is quite a feat, also knowing how much comes out of Berlin. To be able to remain unique in Berlin, in the techno scene, yeah. But I love that. It really feels like she's hiding, just little bits of defiance in music that can still be accessible. Mm-hmm. And that is, for me, the ultimate... I mean, that's great. If you can live off of like musical, almost like musical winking criticism, it's just the dream. My God. Okay, I have the one point I have in here that I can't remember where she was supposed to go was dubstep. Shall we take a moment to talk about dubstep? Because I also like dubstep, but I think I like possibly the generation that followed your dubstep. What year was it, actually, are we talking?
That's a good question.
Let's go. Let's get into it. We got time.
So we are talking... At that time, I didn't know Burial yet, so I think it is even before Burial. So we had
Burial.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, true. Oh my God, how have we not talked about Burial? God. Yes, yeah, that was a life-altering musical discovery.
Yeah, yes. Yeah. But here we are talking Code 9, Hyperdub Records, Kevin Richard Martin, that entire scene, the London scene, which was...
Big shout Hyperdub if you don't know. If you're a GIMIC, you should know Hyperdub. Thank you very much.
And it's apparently also one of the few dubstep labels who really put out female artists like Iconica and Coolie G, and they're still doing it.
Okay. Even I didn't know this. Yeah.
But back to dubstep, the origins. Mm-hmm. Back then, you had either on the BBC or on Rinse FM, you had Mary Ann Hobbs.
Big ups.
And Mary Ann Hobbs, I mean, she's... I can curate songs, but Mary Ann Hobbs, she's like, I looked up to her. Her knowledge, the way she can curate playlists, and the way, I mean, she had like a daily show on the BBC. And
huge pressure, wow.
I can't imagine doing a daily show. Yeah. So back in the days, but there was also John Peel. I also
John Cale.
No, John Peel.
John Peel, yes,
Yeah.
absolutely. Sorry, we're doing the English-Flemish accent swap. John Peel, yes.
Yeah.
Wow, yes.
Sorry for that. But Marian Hobson, she used to have these dub warriors. It even had a name, and she brought together like Joker and about all these other artists I don't remember the names of. But I remember that I was downloading all the shows and just listening to it, and I got completely lost in that dubstep thing. And in my current music taste, the current music I mostly listen to, it just comes back. There is is an insane revival of bass and dubstep happening. And it
GIMIC, shout out, yes.
And there is tons of female and queer producers in there who do
finally getting some of their flowers. Yeah. Especially, my God, in the UK, I have been so personally, professionally, and creatively devastated by Brexit. Like, Brexit has really severed us, and there's so much magic in the UK scene that has survived decades and is still like leading the charge in new movements. Please.
Yeah.
You have more information than I do, so.
Oh, but I also like to have a different kind of view on, or a younger view on music. But no, I'm currently really inspired by what's happening, like in France.
Currently, right now?
Yeah, like one of the biggest dubstep revivalists is Beatrice M.
Oh my God, yes, sorry. I don't even mentally classify her as dubstep, but you are absolutely right. Yeah, I call it the bass scene. But
yeah, it's now called the bass scene.
But there's a lot of dubstep in it. You are absolutely correct. Yeah. I mean, it would be then probably similar to Monkey Emily Jeanne for Brussels people. But yeah, Beatrice M really has that sound. Yeah, true. And B2B with Monkey at Horst, I think, this year. Lots of nice bass at Horst this year. Yeah.
Oh yeah, I don't have tickets.
You know what? That's okay. You can still look at the lineup.
But I'm so Beatrice M, and there's a lot of stuff coming out of Strasbourg and out of France in that bass scene.
Okay.
And, which I'm really following immensely.
The Strasbourg bass scene.
Yeah.
Damn. Okay. I only know through that wonderful venue that I've been to once that's being run by Paco in Strasbourg. It's like a punk, and now it's more of a club venue as well. Am I mixing up my cities? I don't think so. But yeah, there's some crazy music stuff happening in Strasbourg. Mm-hmm. Wow. What's happening with the dubstep scene there?
I don't know, but they are producing awesome tracks.
Okay, mental note, everybody.
Yeah.
But
that's it. I mean, there's just dubstep back then, and there's bass now, and that's where I thrive.
Yeah, true. Yeah. My goodness, it's true. The dubstep is still alive. It just has a different name, but we can say dubstep again. I feel the same way about tech house, actually. There's a lot of different types of tech house and eras of tech house, and probably every other genre, actually, you know. But it's very obvious that we're not going to be able to fit anywhere near a large amount of your music knowledge in a show. But where can we try? Because there is somewhere where you output your faves. And would you like to talk about it?
Oh yeah. So I started in 2020. I started in 2020. I started my own blog. I call it a blog, but it's basically the idea back then was to have a journalistic website, and now the idea is growing into something Wikipedia-like, on a project where I feature nothing but female and queer producers in the electronic music world, going from ambient, experimental to techno, just the entire field. It's called Dissonant. It's also turned into a radio show. And it's also a DJ project. And I don't know where it's going to go next, but
in short, it's curation.
It's curation.
It really is.
Yeah.
And it's a lost art. And I'm so grateful that there are still people doing it full time. And Dissonant is on Radio Vacarme.
Yeah.
Yeah. Who also, special shout outs. I started my radio career on Radio Vacarme, and they've been through every possible technical, administrative issue of finding space, and they have still carved out having a platform that is accessible for people to share music and their voice. So yeah, big shout outs. Vacarme, we love you. Mwah.
Yeah.
And big shout outs Katrien, big shout outs Dissonant. And I think, oh my God, actually we have so much time. Oh no. Oh my goodness. Damn.
We're not going to play the full 9 minutes of the next track, are we?
I mean, that's the ideal. That's actually perfect. That's the ideal for me. I mean, if we hit the right thing, I think we could. I think we might even be allowed to end early if we need to, probably. Yeah, let's do that. Let's go with the flow. I've never before been able to stick to the schedule for this show, so this is great. Dissonant is on Radio Vacarme. Episodes are done by Katrien, and also, can people follow your work at Gonzo Circus as well? Or is it more indirect? Or
That's
different?
more indirect.
Okay.
That used to be a big thing, but I kind of moved from... So I still do occasionally write for Gonzo. I still do... It comes with a free CD, and I do the curation of that free CD.
Oh, that's lovely.
Yeah.
And support also independent physical arts media. Let's go, guys. Return.
Yeah. And... but when I started Dissonant in 2020, I just came out of cancer. And I decided at that point, I'm done doing stuff for other people, and I'm done doing stuff for white cis males. I'm going to do something that's closer to my heart, kind of also inspired by the Black Lives Matter movement, where I saw how important it is to fight for your community and to fight for your identity and who you are. And, well, I'm a queer female, well, assigned female, and I just thought, I'm done focusing on male musicians, and I'm done focusing, writing about male musicians. It's just from now on, things that are close to me, that are me, and that's what Dissonant became and is. And it's extremely personal, actually. Also, the curating, it is, you can hear my mental states flowing.
Yeah, I mean, I think I'm really happy that you shared that, because I think it is really an important thing to say for people who are emotionally connected to music like that, for whom music and dance is therapy, especially with curation, and especially for people who express themselves through music. Yeah, a playlist is not just a playlist. It's not. There is nothing that an algorithm could do ever to do something better than a playlist made by somebody who is sharing deeply how they feel through their selection. And this brings us back to the thing that I've been saying about curation and taste. And I really think it's something that people are forgetting to do, or are perhaps finding annoying to do, that they don't want to look for music. They want new music and new feelings presented to them. But there is so much magic to be found in the dig, in the search, in the hole.
But that's where all the joy is. That
Exactly.
moment, like you. Sometimes, I mean, I do listen to a lot of music, but sometimes I listen to a lot of crap, and then
that's the trade.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But then you spend your entire day like, oh, there really is not one track that I like today, and then you hit that one, and then in comes that one song, and you're like, this is it. And I've lately had it with artists like Abigail Todd, who has this amazing drone album, which is just 42 minutes of
I don't know
drones.
it. You'll have to send. Wow.
But then, also this new Dutch producer called Annabelle, who's more in the bass scene.
Very cool.
And
we'll do a shout out. I will collect all the names.
No, just come to listen to Dissonant. I mean.
Yes, but this is exactly why I want to talk about it at the end. And also, I mean, I think that's also if I may say, perhaps it's an invitation for people who want to send you music because it resonated with them and with you. So are people open to contacting you on Dissonant?
Yeah, absolutely.
To swap music?
Yeah, absolutely.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yay! I'm so happy. In that case, I think I would, in fact, like to... before I do this, play the last track. I'm going to do a quick shout out. Today, I have the wonderful privilege of DJing the Critical Mass bike ride, the Mass Critique bike ride, that is co-organized by my last guest, Julien. So we're going to be DJing some sunshine vibe stuff at the bike ride around the city. I think it starts at 5 or 6. If you hit them up on Instagram, you can find out. But please do come. There's a bunch of sound systems and a bunch of people who are just really happy to be outside on their bikes. So open invitation if you would like to join. And with that, I would like to play the closing track, which is kind of, I would say, the track that you sent that resonated the most with me. Even though they all really felt special, this one really hit something and eventually inspired an idea for an entire mix. Mm-hmm. So I'm very, very happy that you shared it with me, and I'm very happy that we share it now. Would you like to introduce the track?
Yeah, let's introduce the track.
Yeah.
So this is by the UK producer, I think he still resides in Berlin, I don't know, called Shackleton. This is from one of his earlier, I think even his debut album called 3 EPs, which is a collection of 3 EPs.
Straight into the point. We love it.
Yeah. And this is around the time of, you had Andy Stott, you had Old Apparatus, you had Dem Dijkster happening, and Shackleton. And he kind of used, I'm sorry for the word, tribal rhythms. But this on his debut, it was new to the ears, because now I find
techno, I imagine.
Yeah, so it was now I find him extremely boring because I've heard it all.
Yeah, and of course, tribal techno has been beat to death. Of course.
Yeah.
Yeah, but there still are gems, and we have to honor the origins also.
Yes. Yep. And this actually goes beyond just a basic tribal techno track.
Oh,
There's so much more happening here.
Yes, this is. I mean, they'll hear it. If they hear it, they'll hear it.
Yeah. Enjoy.
So this is Negative Thoughts by Shackleton, in brackets, no more negative thoughts.
Never a negative thought until you ignore to your mind comes to you ignore and thank it. Or we thank it. And you remove it, and then you remove thank it. Yeah, thank it. Yeah, thank it. Cancel. Yeah, never a negative thought until you ignore to your mind comes to you ignore and thank it. Or we thank it. And you remove it, and then you remove